What if I told you that over 400 years ago, a woman rode into battle, leading an army of 20,000 men? What if I told you she built cities, raised walls, and ruled kingdoms at a time when women were barely allowed to speak in council? Would you believe she was real? But then, she was. Her name was Amina, Queen of Zazzau, the woman who made kings tremble. Stay with me, because by the end of the story you see how one woman's fire shaped the soul of a nation and why her spirit still rides today. They said princesses should be quiet, graceful, well-behaved, but not Amina. While other girls learned to weave, Amina learned to strike. While they learned to curtsy, she learned to ride. Every morning before sunrise, she'd sneak out of the palace with her brother's guards, galloping through the red dunes of Zazzau, spear in hand, dust in her hair, heart on fire. Why train like a soldier? Her nurse scolded. Amina smiled and said, because one day I will lead them. And she meant it. Little did they know, the girl they tried to tame would one day command armies and reshape an entire region of Africa. But before that, she had to face betrayal, blood, and impossible choices. Would you have chosen the sword if it meant losing love? When her mother, Queen Bakwa Turunku, died, the throne went to Amina's brother, Karama, and instead of silk and jewels, he gave his sister soldiers. He made her commander of the Zazzau cavalry, an elite guard fed across the savannah. That was unheard of, and Amina proved why. Battle after battle, she led from the front, fearless, calculating, unstoppable. Her red horse became legend. Her name, a chant before war. Amina, daughter of thunder, breaker of chains. She didn't just win wars, she won loyalty, and when her brother died, the council hesitated. Can a woman rule an empire of warriors? They asked. The silence was heavy. Then the gates opened. Amina rode in, sword glinting, eyes cold as steel. I do not ask for the throne, she said. I am the throne. And just like that, history changed forever. Would the warriors follow her? Would rival kingdoms bow or burn? You'll find out. Once crowned, Amina wasted no time. She rode north to Kano, conquered it. West to Nupe, subdued it. South to Kwararafa, made it pay tribute. 24 years of warfare, 24 years of empire building. Every city she conquered, she left behind walls, strong, tall, and eternal. Even today, villagers call them Ganwar Amina, Amina's walls. But behind the glory was a question no one dared ask. How long can fire burn before it consumes itself? Power brought enemies, and enemies brought betrayal, even from within. They say love found her once, a rival prince, brave, poetic, unlike anyone she'd ever met. For the first time, the warrior queen smiled, but kingdoms don't forgive softness. Her generals whispered, he will divide her heart. The council plotted. And when her secret was exposed, Amina made a choice. She chose her empire. The next morning, her lover was gone, executed by royal decree. They say she never smiled again. From then on, she became something else. Not a woman, not a ruler. She became a storm. Would you chase destiny if it meant losing everything human about you? Her enemies closed in. They wanted her crown and her head, but Amina refused to run. At Atagara, her final battle, she rode out one last time. Her horse was struck. Her army faltered, but she fought on, alone. When the dust settled, the Queen of Zazzau lay still, sword in her hand, face to the sun. She didn't just die a queen, she became legend. Centuries have passed, empires have fallen, but in every story of strength, her shadow still rides. From Zaria to Lagos, from Nigeria to the world, Amina remains proof that courage wears no crown and leadership wears no gender. But here's the real question. What would Queen Amina fight for if she lived today? Power? Freedom? Unity? Comment below. I'd love to hear your answer. Her world is not gone. It's waiting to be rediscovered. Through the BuildNET Virtual Museum of Nigerian Arts, Culture and History, her story and those of our ancient heroes come alive again. You can explore their worlds, their courage, their legacies. The 3D experiences are coming soon, but you can subscribe right now at buildnetds.com to be among the first to experience the 2D experiences. Join the tribe of cultural explorers. Let's bring our history to life together, because history isn't what happened, it's what still lives in us. BuildNET Virtual Museum, where Africa's past meets the future.